We are back live on the soundstage at FRSA, sponsored by Beacon. I have to tell you, we've been kind of holding our breath and very excited all day long that we may have a special guest join us on the soundstage. And so I am so excited to welcome you. Darren Schultz, the new president of Duro-Last, is here on the stage with Bill, our favorite from Florida. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
So let's start with some introductions. Bill, let's start with you, and just a little bit about yourself and what you do with Duro-Last.
All right, Heidi. Thank you for allowing us to be here. My name is Bill Boyer. I'm the business and technical manager for Florida. I've been with Duro-Last. It'll be 14 years next month.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Came up quick. I've been with the FRSA for 40 years now, as part of this organization,
Such
and
a
really
great organization.
got a lot out of this. And my role in the company is developing business through architects and specifiers and consultants, as well as the technical side is dealing and building our test decks and testing for our Miami-Dade NOAs and Florida product approvals.
You have your arms full here in Florida.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yeah. I say if you can do it in Florida, in roofing, you can do it anywhere.
It's tough business.
That's true.
So.
I love it. Darren, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your history.
Yeah, thanks very much. First of all, thanks as well for the opportunity to be here and say hi to everybody. I feel like I've come back home. I first got into the roofing industry working for US Tile, the clay roof tile, previously owned by Boral and now Westlake. Almost 20 years ago out in California, but ran my first roofing products business here in Florida and used to attend FRSA through 2007 through 2012.
Yeah. Wow.
And so this feels like a coming home, and to have come back into the roofing industry today, my fourth day with Duro-Last.
Fourth day, wow.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the moment, but it really feels like a bit of a coming home. I've spent most of that period since the early 2000s in and around roofing products, some familiar brands, and some have been retired, as often happens with changes of ownership. US Tile, Money Alive Tile, Boral Roofing in the concrete roof tile, United Steel. I worked briefly with Decra and Gerard Steel, but primarily across that period it's mostly been in residential roofing.
Yeah.
So for me, Duro-Last is a great company, and I'll talk more about why I'm thrilled to be here and be part of that in a second, but this is a pivot from residential to commercial. So today being fourth day was a great opportunity as I'm running up that learning curve and getting my arms around the commercial side of things.
You know, and the thing is, one of the things I've always loved about Duro-Last is your contractors.
Oh, yeah.
You have the strongest contractors, and those same contractors are doing, mostly probably commercial, but they're also doing some residential.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That makes it a little bit easier entry.
And look, at the end of the day, the things that allow roofers to be successful and make money in the business is it's the same things, you know.
Right.
Install a quality product, don't get called back, all of those things, and the partner of them in the provider of the products, it's a great place to be. And so a company like Duro-Last with a legacy that's been built over the years, that was a big part of what attracted me to it. And we've got, you know, big ambitions to grow, but what we're not going to do is walk away from that culture. And what has made Duro-Last so successful is that intimate relationship with our contractors.
You do. I mean, I am always amazed.
I'll tell you, it's day 4, and as I meet people inside the organization, and now today outside as I've got around the show, that's the thing that people want to talk about. That's the heartbeat of the organization, and great place to be.
Yeah, it is a great place.
Yeah.
So, and you kind of answered it, you know, as you were looking and going into kind of a little bit, I mean, still roofing, but going more commercial and stuff. What were some of the things that really attracted you to this position and really wanting to be, you know, the president of Duro-Last? That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's an iconic organization. So approach it with a little bit of trepidation, but you know, quickly once you get to meet everybody, there's no need for that. But yeah, it's really kind of, it's the legacy, the culture of the organization, the strength of the relationships with those contractors, the quality of the product, the commitment to innovation and broadening what we have to offer so that we can help and deliver everything that our contractors need, edge to edge, deck to sky, on a site.
Yeah, you're doing the whole 9 yards. And there's been a lot of transitions with Wholesome and with everything that's going on. So it does feel like an exciting time.
It is. We're turning the page, before I arrived, but turn the page to a new chapter in the development of Duro-Last with Wholesome's acquisition. Got a strong shareholder with a commitment to growth and helping us grow the business. But as I say, we're going to do that while maintaining that culture of what's helped us be successful.
That's so great. Well, and speaking of culture, Bill, everyone knows you in Florida, so it must be like, it's kind of like, homecoming or the class reunion every year when you come here and see everybody in the booth. How are things on the show floor, and kind of what are you hearing in your booth?
The show floor has been really busy. When I had to go out early and came back in, it just walked in and it amazed me how many people were here and trying to get to the booth to see it. And then we've had a lot of good activity at the booth. A lot of our local contractors and our big contractor base, as well as some new contractors that come by, and we're kind of focusing still right now on our DLX product. It's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
It really made a big footprint for us in the state of Florida, as well as show our showcasing our custom fabrication and our exceptional metals products too. We've had a good activity today for most of it, and the support that we're seeing. The biggest questions that we are getting is how's the Wholesome thing going?
Right.
And I tell you right now, I haven't seen any changes. Other
That's
than
great.
we've been able to get more, like Darren was saying, the capital's coming in and really progressing with other things. In the testing portion of it, instead of testing once a year, I'm doing 2 or 3 times a year now.
That's
so
great.
it helps us with our Florida product approvals and stuff.
Yeah, which is so
I'm
important.
excited about that.
One of the things I'm thinking about your new products that you just brought out with X and what you're doing. I mean, your timing on this is so perfect, or the company overall, because of labor savings. I mean, you've always been the original custom fab,
Right.
But with what's happening in the labor market right now.
Right. Duro-Last roofs that we can now recycle back into our facility and really take that footprint, that carbon footprint, out of the landfills.
I love
and the
that.
owners are starting to take on that a lot. So I've talked about that a lot during my presentations to architects and consultants also.
The environment, sustainability.
Absolutely.
People can think, how excited do you get, Darren, kind of looking at the fact that Duro-Last is, they're on the cutting edge of helping with labor savings, they're on the cutting edge of environment and recyclability and sustainability. And like we were talking about before, the contractor relationships. And so, you get a little excited thinking about all this?
I couldn't be more excited.
I know.
And you just summed it up better than I did earlier. That's all about what drew me to the opportunity to sit in the chair and become the new president of Duro-Last. And the quality of all of that, our people and our contractors, as I've said earlier, it's the sort of thing that others might aspire to, but we're not happy with where we're at. We're constantly driving for innovation, and some of the things Bill's already talked about. Their commitment to sustainability, all of the things you just laid out perfectly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I love all of that, and I have been a huge supporter for a very long time of sustainability, and knowing that at some point this was going to happen, and it is happening now. And it's, to be honest, it's companies like Duro-Last, like Wholesome, who have really kind of started. They are setting the example and the standards for this.
Yeah, that's right. It's part of a broader commitment that Wholesome has, and we're pleased to be part of that organization and do our contribution as well.
Yeah, that's so good. So contractors, when they're coming to the booth, what kind of experience are they having, and what are some things? I know you're talking about DXL. Did I say that right? DX.
DLX.
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 Duro-Last 10 is actually what DLX stands for.
But you told me, we were talking yesterday, much bigger booth this year.
Much bigger booth.
Yeah.
We doubled in size, tripled in size actually from what we've done in the past, and really wanted to make make an understanding that Duro-Last is here to stay, because there's been a lot of visions of Duro-Last from the past, and it's a different company.
Yeah.
And so we want to let everybody know that we're here, and we're a player in this game, and we're going to be a player in this game.
I think that is definitely happening, Bill. I see it all the time. And if you are here at the show watching this, be sure to go by the Duro-Last booth. First of all, it's beautiful. Great expansion. It looks great. And there's such great information and awesome people there. So be sure to check it out. So, Darren, I'm looking forward to these next 100 days and more of this, maybe at an upcoming show, because I want to, after day 4, I'm really excited to visit again, maybe at day 100.
That'd be great. I set out the ambition for the first 90 days was what I gave myself, to get out, meet as many of our contractors and customers and our own people as I could. And about 3 weeks before I started, was reminded that FRSA was on, so we shuffled things around, and here I am.
I love it.
Great to be here.
Oh, it's so great. Well, I will say, the press release that went out on you today is on the homepage of Roofers Coffee Shop, or you can find it in the newsroom. Great read, and again, congratulations.
Thanks for
so great. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
This is really good. Thank you all. Hey, cutting news happening right here on the soundstage at FRSA. Stay tuned. I believe we have a few more interviews, and we will be back and wrapping up this first day at FRSA. Thanks a lot. See you soon.